Hello, teacher. My name is Claudia Patricia Sánchez Bravo. I am 50 years old. I work as a secondary teacher. I have been working since more or less 22 years old. I have always been teaching in the secondary level, but as but anyway, I have experience teaching from kindergarten to university. I used to teach just 3 hours a week, but now I have the opportunity to participate in a contest to win additional hours, and fortunately I could win many hours, and now I am working a lot. So, what else? Now, why I decided to teach? Sorry. Why I decided to study this master? I love English first of all. I love to teach English, and when I finished my bachelor, I said, why no? Why didn't I continue a master but specialized in teaching English? So that was the main reason because I decided to study this mastery. So about main concepts, I consider that all the all the topics covered in this subject were really interesting and useful for me because for instance, mixed abilities, it is well known that I work in public school, and it is well known that we don't have the opportunity to select and to put students according to their English level. So we don't have that opportunity. We have to face the students mixed. We have to plan, we have to design activities in which we involve all the students. And when we studied something in this subject about mixed abilities, I said, wow, this is really useful to me because perhaps it's not a lot, but I can catch just a little to order my group, to think about method, strategies, etc., etc. As I was telling you, it was difficult that in public schools things change, but we as teachers have the responsibility to make a change. If we can change, no problem. Look for the way that it works. Okay, mixability, it was a really interesting topic, and not only in public schools, but in many cases we are going to face this problem. So it is good that we have learned about this topic. Now, talking about class management or group interaction. That's good because we think that if we work in groups, everything is going to be fine, and that's not. Or we think that, okay, the activity is to communicate, blah blah blah, and we think, groups of 5, 6, but things sometimes don't don't work. So we have to find the right method, the right strategy, the right group interaction in order to that activity really works. If we are in groups and we notice that not all the students are participating and there are only 2 or 3 students that interact, so we have to look for the way and say, okay, you two and you two come, please, you are a high student, you have a high level, please help me to monitor your partners. And that's a way that we have to order the group in order to make the activity works. Talking about feedback, feedback is one of the main factors that helps to have success or not in an activity or in a class. Why? Because feedback, and depending on how we give that feedback to the student, is the way that it will motivate students or no. If we give positive feedback as teachers, we are going to grow up that student. If we don't know how to first, two important things. If we don't know when and how to give that feedback, it doesn't it doesn't work. And a student, instead of motivate, he or she feel demotivated, and maybe he or she feel that we are punish him or her or something like that. It is important to teach or to have the other students to help us to give peer feedback, so that the students who receive that feedback of the peers, they are going to feel confident because they are receiving feedback from a partner. They are receiving feedback in the same way they speak, in the same way they think. So it is good that not only as teachers give feedback, it is good that ask for a student to help us to give feedback to their partners. Okay, now talking about in the activity where we talk about teaching practice, reflections, and where we talk about discipline, it is important. It is really important talk about discipline. It is not everything, but if we control the group, if there are good discipline in the group, it will be sure that learners really learn and all the goals will be reached successfully. It is important to take into account that the age factor is what really matters in discipline, because adults know what they really know. Children are really small and they like to play, but they say sit down, they sit down. But with young learners it's really difficult. Thank you, teacher.